प्रभुपाद की, श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 19, Text number 31. Maitreya Vacha Evam Hiraṇyākṣam Asahya Vikramam Evam Hiraṇyākṣam Asahya Vikramam Saha Sadayitva Harihi Adishukaraha सा साधयित्वा हरिरादिशूकरः जगामा लोकं स्वाम अखंडिता समीदितः अखंडित उत्सवम जगामलोकं स्वाम अखंडितोत्सवम समीदितः पुष्कर विस्तरा आदिभिः समीदितः पुष्कर विस्तरादिभिः। मैत्रेय उवाच एवं हिरण्याक्षम् असह्य विक्रमम् ससादयित्वा हरिरादिशूकरः जगामलोकं स्वामखण्डितोत्सवम् समीदितः पुष्कर विस्तरादिभिः। मैत्रेय उवाच एवं हिरण्याक्षम् असह्य विक्रमम् ससादयित्वा हरिरादिशूकरः जगामलोकं स्वाम अखण्डितोत्सवम् समीदिता पुष्कर विस्तरादिभिः। Maitreya Vacha. Śrī Maitreya said, Evam, thus, Hiraṇyākṣa, Asahya Vikramam, very powerful, Saha, the Lord, Sadayitva, after killing, Harihi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adishukaraha, the origin of the boar species, Jagama, returned, Lokam, to his abode, Swam, own, Akandita, uninterrupted, Utsavam, festival. Samiditaha, being praised. Pushkara Vistara, lotus seat by Lord Brahma, whose seat is a lotus. Adibihi, and the others. Translation purport by Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Śrī Maitreya continued, after thus killing the most formidable demon Hiraṇyākṣa, the Supreme Lord Hari, the origin of the boar species, returned to his own abode, where there is always an uninterrupted festival. The Lord was praised by all the demigods headed by Brahmā. Please repeat the translation. Śrī Maitreya continued, after thus killing the most formidable demon Hiraṇyākṣa, the Supreme Lord Hari, the origin of the boar species, returned to his own abode, where there is always an uninterrupted festival. The Lord was praised by all the demigods headed by Brahmā. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is spoken of herewith as the origin of the boar species. As stated in the Vedanta Sutra, the absolute truth is the origin of everything. Therefore, it is to be understood that all 84 lakh species of bodily forms originate from the Lord, who is always Adi, or the beginning. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna addresses the Lord as Adhyam, or the original. Similarly, in the Brahma Samhita, the Lord is addressed as Adi Purusham, the original person. Indeed, in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, the Lord himself declares, Matta sarvam pravartate, from me everything proceeds. In this situation, the Lord assumed the shape of a boar to kill the demon Hiraṇyākṣa and pick up the earth from the Garbhodaka ocean. Thus he became Adi Shukara, the original boar. In the material world, a boar or a pig is considered most abominable. But the Adi Shukara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was not treated as an ordinary boar. Even Lord Brahma and the other demigods praise the Lord's form as a boar. This verse confirms the statement in Bhagavad Gita that the Lord appears as he is from his transcendental abode for the sake of killing the miscreants and saving the devotees. By killing the demon Hiraṇyākṣa, he fulfilled his promise to kill the demons and always protect the demigods headed by Brahmā. The statement that the Lord returned to his own abode indicates that he has his own particular transcendental residence. Since he is full of all energies, he is all pervasive in spite of his residing in Goloka Vrindavana. Just as the sun, although situated in a particular place within the universe, is present by its sunshine throughout the universe. Although the Lord has his particular abode in which to reside, he is all pervasive. The impersonalists accept one aspect of the Lord's features, the all pervasive aspect, but they cannot understand his localized situation in his transcendental abode, where he always engages in fully transcendental pastimes. Especially mentioned in this verse is the word akanditotsavam. Utsava means pleasure. Whenever some functions takes place to express happiness, it is called utsava. Utsava, the expression of complete happiness, is always present in the Vaikuntha Lokas, the abode of the Lord, who is worshipable even by demigods like Brahma, to say nothing of other less important entities such as human beings. The Lord descends from his abode to this world, and therefore he is called Avatara, which means one who descends. Sometimes Avatara is understood to refer as an incarnation who assumes a material form of flesh and bones. But actually, Avatara refers to one who descends from the higher regions. The Lord's abode is situated far above this material sky, and he descends from the higher portion. Thus he is called Avatara. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimiraandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Nitinamin. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gauravaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Maitreya is updating the conclusion of the situation, the entire pastime, which was extending for almost some 7 chapters. So he is concluding this part here about this Varaha incarnation. So that's what he is saying. Evam Hiraṇyākṣam asahya vikramam. So in essence, what had happened till now? Hiraṇyākṣa, a powerful demon, Asahya Vikramam, a very mighty personality, highly prowessed, highly skilled, a great warrior. Sa sadayitva Hariradi Shukaraha. He was killed. By whom? Harihi, in the form of Adi Shukaraha, the original Boar incarnation. After killing him, what did Lord do? Jagama lokam swam akanditotsavam. After killing him, Lord went back to his own abode. Swam lokam, to his own abode. And what is the nature of this abode? Akandita utsavam, where there is an uninterrupted festival. Then, when the Lord was going, what were the other demigods who had assembled there? What did they do? Samaditaha pushkara vistaradibihi. So all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, pushkara vistaraha, one who is seated on the lotus, pushkara. So they were all samaditaha, they were all praising the Lord for his pastime. So this is in essence of this Varaha story. So this Akanditotsavam, Prabhupada was saying, mentioning about this point in the purport here. How the transcendental abode of the Lord, where every personality, every Vishnu form has his own unique Vaikuntha planets. Like if we read further also, we see at the end of third canto, when Mother Devahuti, when she was given an opportunity of liberation, she was specifically transferred to the Vaikuntha Loka where Kapila is presiding. Kapila Vaikuntha. So here, because every devotee is specifically connected to one specific form of Lord Vishnu, so every form of Vishnu has one unique Vaikuntha. So according to their relationship, they proceed to that particular Vaikuntha and serve the Lord in that particular form. So that's why it is mentioned as Swam Lokam, own abode. And what is the nature of this abode? Akandita Utsavam, it's a festival. So how is this a festival? We can experience when Krishna had come to this material world. So Krishna came alone, or did he came with his entire entourage? He came with his entire setup. His own Dhama, Goloka Vrindavana, his personal associates, his cows, his calves, the entire replica of spiritual world has been brought here in a small nutshell form. So Krishna showed how when Krishna was present, every day was a festival. Everybody were enjoying the part of the festival. At different times, everybody were associating with Krishna. Early in the morning, how Mother Yashoda wakes up, and all the servants will come and get Krishna, dress him, bathe him, do all that Shodashopachara and all for the Lord. And how the servants were fanning him, how the servants were decorating him, how the servants were massaging him, how the cooks, various gopis, they were all coming and cooking in the aspect of satisfying the Lord. And while they are doing all these things, while Mother Yashoda was churning, she was only thinking and she was glorifying the Lord by various songs. So it was like a pleasure performance. Everybody were so much engrossed and nobody was feeling the time sensation. So like morning, as soon as morning comes, Krishna's friends will come and they will play a sound, flute sound or some bugle sound, indicating Krishna, come out, let us all go. They used to go to the forest and it is again a picnic. Everybody carries various lunches and their mothers used to pack their lunch boxes and give. And every mother used to pack 2 boxes, one for Krishna and one for their own son. And Krishna's mother, she used to give Krishna also so many other varieties. So they used to carry, and when they go to the forest, the cows are left and the cows are left for grazing. So the boys used to play. After playing, they get exhausted. They used to come back. After taking some rest under the trees, Krishna used to sleep under somebody's lap. So somebody used to come and massage him, somebody used to fan him, somebody used to bring fresh flour, somebody used to decorate his face with the minerals from the Govardhana. So after all this thing, then they used to wake up, they used to eat prasadam, and everybody used to sit in a whirlpool, like a circle, where everybody is facing Krishna. Not everybody used to think, I brought this so everybody will describe what they had brought, and they used to offer Krishna, Krishna, my mother has specifically sent to you. So everybody used to enjoy everybody's lunch, and after finishing everything and all, after playing some more time, bring the cows back. Now while they are coming back, now boys are very much morose because the association of Krishna is finishing, because again next day morning they have to wait. Now gopis become active because Krishna used to play flute, they used to come and they used to associate with Krishna. As night becomes, Krishna used to enjoy with the gopis. As the day becomes, Krishna used to enjoy with gopas. So everybody is given an opportunity, everybody is enjoying, it's a festival. Krishna showed us what a glimpse of spiritual world should be. And how we should aspire to go to that spiritual world, enjoy with the Lord. So Prabhupada created a replica of that. What is that? Temple, a replica of Vaikuntha. Prabhupada said they are all replicas of Vaikuntha. And what is our activity here? Chant, dance, eat prasadam. And when you become exhausted, eat prasadam. So Prabhupada's principle, the same festival, Nityotsavam. So every day is a festival. Now, how do we understand this perspective? See, if you have to go to spiritual world and be part with the Lord, so Bhagavatam describes what are the things we have to become purified of. So there was one context in 8th canto when the Samudra Mantana is happening. So at that time, the various personalities have emanated from the ocean. So one such personality who came out of that ocean while churning was Lakshmi Devi. So when Lakshmi Devi came out, she is the daughter of Samudra Raja. So Samudra Raja means, Raja's daughter means she is like a princess. And how do princesses get married? Swayambhara. So they get to choose their husband. So when all the Devatas were there, all the Rakshasas were there, even Vishnu was there, personally present there. So Lakshmi Devi was asked to select the husband among all the people there. So she was scrutinizingly studying everyone there, all the people there, and she came up to one conclusion, whom she should marry. And she gave reasons why she is not marrying somebody else. So this verse says, Gandharva Siddha Asura Yaksha Charana Traipistapeyadishu. Who are all the people who are all assembled there? There were Gandharvas, Yakshas, Siddhas, Asuras, Charanas, and the denizens of heaven. All these people were assembled there. Vilokayanti Niravadyam Atmanaha. She was scrutinizingly studying every personality there. Vilokayanti Niravadyam Atmanaha, to decide for herself who is the personality on her equal level. So marriage is done on an equal level. Swam Atmanaha means she is comparing who is of her standard or above her standard. Then she said, Avyabhichari Sadgunam. She could not find anybody with proper qualities. Everybody is Vyabhichari in this world. Nobody is Avyabhichari. Nobody is perfect in this world, she understood. And Nana Anmavindat Padam Druvamsha. None of them was devoid of faults, and therefore she could not take any shelter of any of them. She found nobody is pure in this world. So what are the faults and who are the personalities? They have good qualities and they have bad qualities. So wherever she is seeing a bit good quality, a bad quality is also sprouting up simultaneously. The first one she said was, there are many people who are austere there, but they have anger as the problem. Sadhus, Rishis, they do so much tapasya, but a small inconvenience they become angry and they do shapa. So example of that was Durvasa Muni. Then there are people with so much knowledge, but they are very much attached to material things. Example, Brihaspati. Then there are people who are so great, but they are again having a tinge of lusty desires. Lord Brahmā. Then there are people who are like controllership, who are like a mighty people. They control everyone and everyone. But they are all dependent upon others, like Indra. He is the Raja, Triloka Raja. But again, whenever there is a problem, he goes to Vishnu for shelter. Then there are people who are very religious, but they are not friendly to Jivas. Shukracharya, very well trained Brahmana. But he is associating with Asuras, which creates disturbance to the people in general. Then there are people who are high in renunciation, but they are not liberated. Daksha. Then there are people who are having mighty strength, but their strength is defeated by time, by like asuras like Sumba, Nushumba, all these people. Then there are people who are liberated from modes, but they are not suitable companion like Kumaras. Then there are people who have long life, but they do not have good conduct, Bali Maharaj. Then there are people who are with good conduct, but they have very less lifetime, like humans. Then there are people who have good conduct and good longevity, but they have inauspicious habits, like Lord Shiva. He stays in crematorium, he associates with pisachas. Then there are people who are well qualified, but they are not interested in Lakshmi. He is Lord Vishnu. So finally she came to conclusion, he is the worthy person. And she marries Lord Vishnu then. And when that Vishnu marriage ceremony was happening, Kalyanotsava was happening, and everybody were participating, everybody were enjoying, everybody gave gifts to Lakshmi Devi. And Lord Vishnu gave his chest as the residence for Lakshmi Devi. Vakshasthala Nivasini. So she accepted the position of the chest as her residence of the Lord, on the body of the Lord. And because she is staying here, and whoever devotees come to serve the Lord, she becomes very happy when they serve Narayana. And she bestows them with all the opulences. So this chapter declares that the 6 opulences, which Lord is the primary person, and Lakshmi Devi supplies all the opulences to the Lord and his devotees. So when a devotee becomes very much satisfying that he is very good personality without any tinges of material business with the Lord, she bestows unlimited opulences upon the devotee. So in that way we see what are the things, all the living entities were there, but everybody is having some problem. So we have to become cleansed of all these problems. So Mahabharata explains how we have to become purified of all the unwanted qualities. It gives a big list, what and all we should become purified of. And primarily it says, pride is the destroyer of all good qualities. Pride precedes fall down. So pride is the primary thing in this material world. Everybody are proud of whatever they possess. So what we, as a devotee, as a practicing devotee, what we should be cautious about when we perform devotional service. So these are the things he says. Tapascha danamcha samo damascha hrir arjavam sattva bhuta anukampa swargasya lokasya vadanti shanto dvarani saptaiva mahanti pumsam nashyanti manena tamo abhibhutaha pumsa sadaiveti vadanti shantaha. So the Maharaj Yayati is explaining to King Astaka, if you have to attain higher destination, what one should practice. It says austerity, charity, samaha, peacefulness, damaha, self-control, hri, modesty, arjavam, simplicity, sarva bhuta anukampaha, mercy to all living entities, or swargasya lokasya vadanti santo dvaram sattaiva. These are the 7 gates that lead to heaven. All these 7 qualities are 7 gates that lead to heaven. Nashyanti manena tamo abhibhutaha pumsa sadaiveti vadanti shantaha. So saintly persons vadaiva santaha, vadanti santaha, they say that these gates are destroyed if one becomes blinded by pride. Nashyanti manena. When we become proud, these gates are destroyed. Then one who studies Vedic knowledge and becomes proud himself as a Pandita and then uses his learning to defeat and humiliate others, find himself in a situation where his attainment of higher planets is temporary. His knowledge too does not bear the highest fruit. So by knowledge we become a great scholar, we try to defeat other scholars. So his knowledge is of temporary in nature. Then Chatvari karmani abhyankarani bayam prayachati ayata kritani mana agnihotra muta mana maunam manena aditam uta mana yajnaha. There are 4 activities which are to be taken into consideration: fire sacrifice, control of speech, study of Shastra, and worship of the deities. All these 4 activities bestow fearlessness in this material world. But if these 4 activities are performed out of pride, then they will become the cause of fear, source of fear. See, because this material world is known as bhaya, we have to become abhaya, fearless. So, deity worship, whenever we have problem, we come to the Lord. And when we have His darshan, we will become fearless. Or when we go and study some Shastra, when we have some doubt or some confusion, you open a Shastra, you will get an answer there. You become fearless. And when you do a sacrifice for removing some obstacles, so you become fearless there. So, but when we do out of pride, they will all become the source of fear. Then next it says, so how a devotee should respond when somebody praises him or somebody scolds him? An intelligent devotee should not be elated when somebody praises him, nor should he become indignant upon being insulted. We should not become carried over. He should be tolerant, knowing that only devotees recognize and honor the saintly, while materialistic person can never recognize a sadhu. So you can identify a person of your equal stature. So an artist can identify another artist. A common man can never appreciate an artist. So a devotee will be recognized by only another devotee. Material people can never recognize a devotee, a sadhu especially. So if you think, iti dadyam iti yaja iti adiya iti vratam. I have given so much charity, I have performed so many sacrifices, I have studied with so many books, I have executed so many vows. Iti etani bhayani ahustani vajrani sarvashaha. Such proud statements are full of fear and should be totally given up. Never should we take pride in whatever activity should we do. So finally it says, my dear Lord Vishnu, who is the shelter of everything, who is Purushaha Vedhyante Puranam Manishinaha Manasa Marga Ruddham. One who is oldest, yet he is always new. He is unapproachable by mental speculation. One who bestows ultimate benefit upon us. So, Tadva Shreyastena Samyogam Etya Param Shantim Prapnuyuhu Pretya Cheha. So, intelligent persons who know him are able to establish their relation with him in this world and in the next, and are able to attain the highest peace. So, by engaging in devotional service to the Lord, in the association of the bhaktas, one can overcome all these unwanted qualities, and one can go back home, back to God. This is the process as recommended. Because in this material world, we always are running behind these weeds which were described by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are 6 weeds. What are the 6 weeds? Puja, Labha, Pratishta, then Kutinati, Nishiddhachar, Jiva Himsa. So they will be growing simultaneously with bhakti. So we have to be very careful, whom am I feeding? As we keep growing, we become more and more little senior by age. So we start expecting puja, labha, pratishtha. We have to be identified. We have to be respected. We have to be glorified. Then we may start even playing diplomacy, kutinati. Then one more was Jiva Himsa. Jiva Himsa means not killing animals. Because once you are already practicing devotee, where is killing animals? It is killing the spirit of Krishna consciousness. Himsa means torture. So when somebody is advancing in spiritual life, you try to torture them by pulling them back or creating impediments in somebody's devotional service. This is what Indra category will do. When somebody is doing tapasya, what he will do? He is coming for me competition. He will send some apsarasa, break his tapasya, disturb them in their devotional service. Because tapasya is also a devotional service. If you are meditating upon Vishnu. So like this, people start, these materialistic weeds will dominate us at one particular point. Our bhakti becomes insignificant, invisible. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly says, all these things we have to be cleansed of. We have to become completely pure. So when Krishna came, how he had displayed the spiritual world glimpse. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he displayed the similar perspective. And the devotees were continuously enjoying in the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one such aspect was this Ratha Yatra festival, where Lord, if you see, even today, lakhs of people come there just to have a glimpse of the Lord on the chariot. So more than Ratha Yatra festival, on the last day, when the Sonavesh happens, that is only for 6 hours to 8 hours, triple the crowd of Ratha Yatra comes for that day. If Ratha Yatra 10 lakh people come, on Sonavesh, people, almost some 30 lakh people will come just for 6 hours. Because they want to be satisfied, but just by seeing the Lord, they are all very happy. And most of the people walk from very long distance. That's a tapasya they do. And from the Snana Purnima, today is Snana Purnima, today is the appearance day of Lord Jagannatha. So they bathe him, and after bathing, Lord will become sick. For 15 days, there is a period called as Anavasara. The Lord will be taken inside and he will be offered medicinal herbs for his recovering from the health. And just before one day of Ratha Yatra, the Lord comes out to give darshan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was feeling 15 days very anxious. He could not have darshan of the Lord. So he left Jagannath Puri and he went to Alarnath. He spent that 15 days there. The separation from the Lord he could not tolerate. So when Lord came back on the Ratha Yatra, so how was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's exhibition? It says, there is a song which says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime at Ratha Yatra, he says, Aparupa Ratha Age Nache Gauraraya Sabe Mili Gaya Yata Yeta Mahabhage. So this was very wonderful. So Lord Chaitanya was dancing in front of Ratha, and gathered around him are various devotees who are all fortunate and glorious, who are all singing bhajans and kirtans. Then, Bhavete Avesha ki Rati Divasa, Avesha Kichu na Jane, Jagannath Mukha Deki Mahashuka, Premete Matila Ghate. So they were all overcome with ecstasy, and nobody knows whether it is day or night, because they were so much engrossed in the service of the Lord to have darshan of Lord Jagannatha itself. Jagannath Mukha Deki Mahashuka, by just seeing the face of Lord Jagannatha, everybody were experiencing highest joy. Premete Matila Ghane, their hearts were filled with love, and Gaura burst into song. Kola Karatala Kirtana Rasala, Gana Gana Hari Bola. And everywhere there was tumultuous sounds. And everybody, either they were playing different kinds of kolas, kartalas, or kirtana was so sweet, kirtana rasala. And Gana Gana Hari Bola, there were loud calls of Hari Bol, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Dvani Sura Naramani, Gagane Uthaya Rola. These sounds, which were like jewels of all happiness, they filled the entire sky. Nilachala Vasi Ara Nana Deshi, Lokera Uttela Hiya, Premera Pathare Sadaye Santare, Duki Yadu Abhighaya. The people of Nilachala and all the other places felt their hearts were always swimming in that great ocean of ecstatic spiritual love. But unfortunately, this Yadu Das, he feels his heart swim in that he could not swim in that ocean. The devotees are feeling, everybody were celebrating, I could not celebrate, I could not be part of that great opportunity. So, that festival, everybody were enjoying that festival, Nityotsavam. In the association of the Lord is the highest festival. So sometimes these devotees, when they are engaged in devotional service also, there will be problems created by various personalities. But how do devotees see these situations? And how Lord handles situations for his devotees? So this is one story with regard to Shyamananda Prabhu. So this is narration from Prema Vilasa. There is one recollection. So Shyamananda Prabhu is very ardent devotee, one of the three next generation of the Goswamis. Narottam Das Thakura, Srinivasa Acharya and Shyamananda Prabhu. So different people were designated to their, Shyamananda Prabhu preached in Orissa. Narottam Das Thakura preached in northern part of that Bengal and other Orissa, Bangladesh part. And Srinivasa Acharya preached among this Bengal part. So after they had finished their education in Vraja under Jiva Goswami, they have been blessed by all the Goswamis and they have been sent with all the books. So when they came to a place where all these books were stolen and they were all very sad, the Srinivasa Acharya said to the other, you please proceed, I will handle the situation. So Narottam Das Thakur went to his place and Shyamananda Prabhu went to his Guru's place. It is called as Ambika and which is known as the Guru's place, Ambika Kalna, where we have Gauridas Pandit and his disciple Hrudai Chaitanya, the deities, Gaur Nitai, that self-manifested deities are there. He went there, he had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after praying blessings from his Guru, Hrudai Chaitanya and Gauridas Pandit, so they listened to everything what had happened and how these books of the Goswamis were stolen. Everybody felt very bad. After staying for a few days, then they got the message, the books were recovered. And everybody had very much happiness within them. So taking permission from his spiritual master, he started proceeding towards his province towards Orissa part. So he started preaching vigorously about this cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he reached a village by name Dharendra, which was the place of his birth. He introduced Nama Sankirtana there. And many fallen personalities, many fallen jivas could take shelter of the holy name and could take shelter of Shyamananda Prabhu. And everybody became delivered by the presence of Shyamananda Prabhu and Harinam Sankirtan. So one day when Shyamananda Prabhu was passing through some Sankirtana process on the street, there was a Pathan by name Sher Khan. He was the royal representative, a very furious personality. And whenever he hears Sankirtana, he becomes very atrocious person. Like he becomes like a snake trampled. He becomes whoosh, everything boils within him. So he, along with all his soldiers and associates, he attacked the party. He broke their musical instruments. And he was creating ruckus in the Sankirtan party. Shyamananda Prabhu, when he got to know, he became very angry. He shouted loudly. Just by his loud shouting, all that Yavanas who were all standing there, all their mustaches and that beards got burnt. There was fire. And they all vomited blood. And they all ran away for their lives from their situation. Then Shyamananda Prabhu returned home. The next day, he organized even more bigger party. And while they were passing through, this entire Yavana team was standing there on the road. The Sher Khan was also standing there. So everybody were expecting again a big fight. But again this time Sher Khan came. He immediately fell down at the feet of Shyamananda Prabhu and he said, my dear sir, please forgive me. I have done a great mistake yesterday. By disturbing you, by disturbing your Sankirtan party and by destroying the instruments, I had been greatly offended you. I have done a great offense too. So everybody were wondering, what is such a transformation? One night, yesterday he was such a demon, today he has become a very saintly person. What is this change? So then Sher Khan started saying, yesterday night when I went to sleep, I had a dream. And in the dream, Allah appeared to me. And he started scolding me, he started hitting me. He said, what are you done? You have offended me. You know, I am the same person who has come here in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he showed his transformation into a golden form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had an experience of Chaitanya Leela. All the devotees, how they were singing, dancing. He had a glimpse of what was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's experience. And he said, I am that same person. And you have offended my own Sankirtan. So if you want to stay alive, if you want to protect yourself, go and take shelter of Shyamananda Prabhu, or else I am going to destroy all of you. So immediately he got up from his sleep. It was like he woke up and he started remorsing for the activity what he has done. Arey, whole life I am trying to please my Lord, and my Lord has come in a different way. I could not recognize my Lord. And he immediately begged forgiveness. He immediately took shelter of Shyamananda Prabhu, and he became a part of that Sankirtan party, and he started distributing Hariram Sankirtan across all his people. So such are the glories of the holy name. Such are the glories of the devotees. See, we are all been entrapped in this material world, and we have developed that qualities of negativity towards the Lord, towards devotional service, towards devotees. But they are all so merciful, even though we are all, in the Kali Yuga it is said, all the people who take birth are all the people from the lower planetary system, so are all demoniac in nature. We are all demons, but only thing is our bodies are not demons, our mentality is demoniac. So that's why we all exhibit that tendencies. But still, the Supreme Lord, He comes, He sends His pure devotees, He sends His Sankirtana system, so that we all, in the association, we transform ourselves from this demoniac to divine personality. So such is the mercy of the Lord, and such is the mercy of the Acharyas, who, like in Kali Yuga, where is the transformation? By the association of Prabhupada, by his books, by his Sankirtana, by his lectures. Many people who were all with all bad qualities, everybody got transformed. Just by association, and people think he is a personality who is not accessible. They are all eternally accessible. So that's why we have to be very careful when we are trying to discuss any spiritual point. We have to be on a Shastric basis. We should not put our limitations for the deities and personalities. So this is a great opportunity for all of us to be in the association of the Lord, to be in the association of the devotees, to be in the association of guidance of Acharya. So we can improve all our misunderstandings, misqualities, and come to a stage where we can become completely purified, and one day, by the blessings of Guru and Krishna, we can go back home, back to God. So I'll stop here. Any questions, adults? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेम।